You alright guys? Nothing fancy today. Just me doing a little bit of sewing and, well, mostly talking to myself, I think. Here we go. Okay then, what we got next? Pak Choi White and Cabbage and Madeleine RZ F1, a Savoy cabbage. So, another chance to use the Lego dibber. Oh, I'll tell you what we got to do first. Ooh. A little press down. Just a gentle press, don't want to make it rock hard. Lovely. Two in each. Two in each, roughly. This seed's going off this year. I say going off, do they go off? You know, it's just the viability, the strike rate decreases exponentially the older they get, if you know what I mean. So it gets to the point where it's not worth trying. So I might get another sowing out of this. Ooh, some in the veggie pod, some on the allotment. I don't know if you noticed, I used to sell Star Wars cards. Used to make I used to declare quite a lot of money to the taxman as well. But the bottoms dropped out of the market now. They're so cheap. I mean, this is only a common card anyway. But these packs are so flimsy, I lose them, you know. So what I do, I staple them to the Star Wars cards. Yeah, they have a new life. Right, Madeleine. This should be the last lot of these. I think they were. Yeah. I do like these RZ seeds. I don't know if you've ever seen them yourself. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're bred for commercial purposes, and they're all good tasting. I've never had a bad tasting vegetable from them. But the you know, because they're commercial, they cannot run the risk of having a low strike rate with the seeds, you know. You don't fancy a massive big polytunnel market garden place complaining that, oh, only half of our seeds germinated. Can't remember the bloke's name now. RZ. I'll stick it on. I'll stick a link up, not a link, you know, I mean a banner card thingy. That'll do. None in the middle. Little covering. I'll tell you what, I'm going to spray them first. I don't know why I saw do this. I never used to do it, but I saw somebody else doing it, and I thought, well, that makes a lot of sense really, because you're wetting the seed just to get them started. There we go. And in some water in a second. That'll fit in there. Oh yeah. There we are then. That's an easier way to water. So use less water. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's much more economical. Oh, that's a pen. Alright guys, in the greenhouse. Can you hear it? Yes, it's raining. Absolutely whatever. Not going to swear. Right then, I'm going to pot up these oh, where are we? Hang on. This little trial I was doing yesterday. The Chinese cabbage, a Wong Bok. I keep saying Wok Bong for some reason, I don't know why. Right then, so quarter seed cell. I'm just going to do 3 lines I've got plenty of seed anyway. Oh, right then, tamper, dibber. Yeah, I'll do. So what I've got to do is label the 3 rows, isn't it, really? Because I'll forget. And you know I keep on about the reason I started filming was to remember things. Well, that's coming up in a minute because something I filmed is quite well, relevant really. Let's have another one. Right, so SW for seaweed, X for nothing, H2O for water. That makes sense to me. Glad it makes sense to somebody. Right, so the middle row is just non-soaked. Here they are. These seeds are probably still perfectly viable anyway. I mean, they're only, like I say, 9 months out of date, which is nothing. I've got 2 in each if I can. So this is a seaweed. That's better. Let's say 2 or 3 in each. Just trying to see if they grow any better or germinate better. So I suppose it's more about the time, is it, or size? Yeah, there we are, last ones. I'll do. And in a minute I shall water them from underneath. Right then, you know I keep harping on about that blooming compost I've been using. Well, this is a quick screenshot from when I planted the chillies, potted the chillies into the 3-inch pots 17th of February, and this is upstairs in the Vitapod not an hour after I'd done it. And look at this plant here. You know, it's, yeah. Okay, right, so here it is today. I've got to fold this paper up. I know it's not quite the same scale. 2nd of March. Forget the yellowing, it's not any more yellow. It's just that, but it's not grown. I know the scale's a bit different, but it's just not grown. And there's one tiny little root poking out the bottom of the pot. So what I'm going to do, I've got 4 in here that, excuse me, I've got 4 chillies in here that I couldn't get into the Vitapod. The 2nd Vitapod's running now, but that's another thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tip these out. So no 2 weeks you'd expect roots to be coming through there. And look at the flies coming off it. It's bloody awful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop them on into Mother Earth compost. Tip them out, get rid of this crap, and I'll tip it out. It'd probably be the best looking chilli in the world. It's got a few roots, look. I've got a tickly throat again. Right. It's not very good at all. So I'm just going to put that there, do all of them, get rid of this compost. A ladybird overwintering in there. Let's put them over there. See, nothing. Look at this. No, nothing. And what I'll do, if these 4 perk up, then I'll go and repot the other 24 upstairs. Got some fresh compost here as well. That'll be enough. Yeah, I don't know, just trouble is, isn't it, once you get something in your mind, you're convinced you're right, you know. And hopefully this will sort of prove it one way or the other. Can't remember who I was talking to now. I think it might have been Alan at Dawn Chorus Plot, which is saying that if they can't get this, God, excuse me, can't get this horrible mix of compost right, you know, twigs and big bits of twig and whatever that is, Lord knows what that is. See, that might just be a lump of fertiliser. So, like I said, if they can't get the mix right, how do we know they got the nutrients right? Okay, I brought my phone out. So I'll do, just get a quick photograph of what we're like on the 2nd of March. And I'll recognise the different colours on the pots, so I can put them in the same order in a few days' time or a week's time and see what we got. Well, it's still raining, so I can't get up the plot. I'm not going to stand out there in this weather, that's for sure. Anyway, what we've got here then? 2 types of turnip, Milan purple top and Norfolk green, and 2 types of beetroot, Detroit 6 rubidus and Crosby's Egyptian. This rubidus, is that the one? No, rubidus is a week earlier than bolt hardy and as bolt resistant. Yeah, this is the one. It's an American heirloom, an American heirloom one. So March to July, harvest June to October. So what I'm doing, I got 4 varieties. I got 4 rows. I've labelled them, multi-sowing, and when these sort of get transplanted into the ground, I shall do another bunch if I've got enough seeds. So I'm just going to do a couple of holes and then fill them up. Nothing too exact. These are free ones from Grow Your Own magazine. I buy it now and again. I was subscribed to it, but we got to the stage where the subscriptions weren't the same as the subscription issues weren't the same as the ones in the newsagent. So I phoned them up. No, I didn't. Sorry, I emailed them, and I said, you know, how come it's different? You know, why is my freebie a sowing guide and the freebie from the supermarket newsagent is 10 packets of seeds? And the answer was rather snottily, you don't buy the magazine for the freebies, you buy the magazine for the excellent content. And at that I cancelled the subscription. Right, with these ones I'm just going to poke these in like that. That's it. I'll give that a soaking in a minute. Right, only one more thing to do today. Out here, indoors, I've been doing quite a lot. I got fed up having my seeds in sowing order. I kept missing them, so I put them back to alphabetical. I tried both ways twice now, and I can't decide, so I've gone back to alphabetical. So these are broad bean giant exhibition. I'm just going to soak. Soak the lot. No point saving a few. I'm not even going to bother putting that one in. Just going to soak these overnight and sow them tomorrow. I'm not trying to get the seeds chitting. I just want to soak them to get some of this seaweed water onto them. I'm trying it with all of them this year if I can. It's supposed to really help. I don't know, never done it before, so we'll see. Right, well that's the broad beans soaked overnight. In fact, well, yeah, it's overnight, yeah, just today. So I'm going to plant them. Need a bit of more compost in that one there. Well, I remember last year I did last year? Yeah, last year. With the autumn sowings. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to bother again with autumn sowings. I just looked at them today. A waste of blooming time. Where are we now? 56. Exhibition long pod. Let me see how many we got then. I don't know. I'm just going to poke them straight in. That's what I said. I'll just get wafting again. I'm just going to poke them in. Because last year it didn't matter an iota which way round they went. Not quite enough. One too little. So we'll leave that one looking empty. Waste not, want not. And we top it up and give it a watering. Tell you what, I bought new ones of these last year, new books as they call them, and I'm still using the tatty old ones now. But you've got to be careful brushing them off because they're sticking up everywhere. Right then, give it a watering and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. All done. Leave that. Leave it in here tonight and then put it out tomorrow probably. Right, that's me for today.